Carolina Panthers defeated the Tennessee Titans 30-20, and I was mostly wrong with my game prediction because I predicted a good close game. The Titans would win 27-23. Henry would have 2 running touchdowns. Henry would run for more than 93 yards, and Tannehill would throw for 1 touchdown, and the Titans would win the turnover battle by 1. And the Titans lost the turnover battle by more than 2. They ended up Henry ran for 1 touchdown, not 2 touchdowns. Henry ran for more than 57 yards. He didn't run for more than 93 yards. And Tannehill, he didn't throw for any touchdowns at all. He threw for 0 touchdowns. And Panthers won 30-20, not the Titans winning 27-23. And this was not a good close game because Panthers outplayed the Titans in the first half. They were leading 17-0. And not just that, the Titans, they got outplayed in the first half. They also got outplayed in the second half. Even though the Titans outscored the Panthers 20-13, that didn't matter because the Titans were not able to score enough points to actually get the game tied and take the lead. Also, the fact that they gave up almost the same amount of points as the first half, just 4 points short of the first half. And the fact that the defense wasn't able to keep the Panthers out of the end zone twice in the second half, which was highly detrimental because not able to score enough points to get the game tied and take the lead versus the Panthers, since Panthers scored almost 4 points short of the same amount of points they scored in the first half. So the Titans had to climb a high wall, and they were not having to score more than 30 points to win this game, and that's not something that they were able to do versus a pretty good Panthers team in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it was highly depressing to watch, mainly because the Titans were just terrible in the first half. Panthers completely outplayed them, ended up leading 17-0, ended up scoring 2 touchdowns. McCaffrey, if it wasn't they were giving up big passing plays, and when they weren't giving up big passing plays, it was McCaffrey running for more than 2 yards, and it was also highly frustrating because the Titans ended up stopping once, twice, third time, then 3rd and goal, and then if I recall right, 4th and goal, no guy covered McCaffrey. He was left open, if I recall right, and Allen throws to McCaffrey, and he easily, after catching the football, easily moves into the end zone. So it was highly frustrating that the Titans were able to get 3 stops, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, except then they gave up. Not able to get that stop on 4th and goal. That was highly frustrating. So it was highly frustrating, extremely frustrating to watch, and then it was just even more frustrating to watch in the second half because the Titans were able to move the football on their first drive in the second half, able to score a needed touchdown, except then after it looked like the Titans had gotten the stop, they did, except then the Panthers, they were able to move the football with a fake punt, run for a first down, and then they continued to move the football and then score a needed touchdown to increase that lead 24-7 to increase the lead back to 17 points. So the lead didn't remain 10 points for that much time. And then the Titans continued to get outplayed, and the Titans were able to again decrease the lead down to 10, including Henry. He did score another touchdown. He ended up catching the football, and then he ended up running. He had a narrow amount of space, but he was still able to run close to the sidelines, still stay in bounds, and then run for a touchdown after catching a pass from Tannehill. So that was great to see. Titans showing the fight, showing tenacity. Except it really didn't matter because, once again, the Titans were going to give up a big play, and McCaffrey, he got a big hole and ran more than 45 more than 44 yards for a touchdown, and because of Panthers' offensive line ended up creating a big hole, and McCaffrey took advantage. And I was really impressed with Titans cornerback Adoree Jackson. He didn't give up. He continued to run. He was able to catch and tackle McCaffrey, but because he was running so freaking fast and he has the momentum, when Adoree Jackson was finally able to bring him down, McCaffrey was in the end zone. He was able to, he was sliding in the end zone, mainly because this was more than 3 seconds after McCaffrey ran more than 25 yards. So I don't blame Jackson for that. That's just the flaw. Because that's just the flaw of, if a running back gets started, it's really hard to stop his momentum and keep him from moving forward when he's been running more than 20 yards. To stop the momentum and keep the player, which for this is a running back, from moving in the end zone. And so that was just extremely frustrating. That was the dagger. That was the soul crusher. That was the soul crusher. So then the Titans show some hope because they were able to block the extra point. Except then, of course, it didn't matter. Even though they were able to move the football and then scoring a touchdown, they weren't able to get a 2-point conversion. So that was just highly frustrating again. And so the Titans ended up getting outplayed in the first half. Them getting outplayed in the second half, continue to give up big plays, both passing and running in the first half, mainly to McCaffrey for the running, and then also continue to give up plays, both passing and McCaffrey running, also in the second half. And this was one of the games where the Titans would have to have scored more than 30 points to actually win, since the defense wasn't able to defend in the second half, even though they gave up 4 points less than in the first half, and the Titans weren't able to do that. They had to climb the high wall, and they weren't able to do that. So it was really highly frustrating that the Titans weren't able to win a challenging, except coin flip game versus the Panthers in Charlotte, North Carolina. 2 games winning streak ends, and Titans are not going to have a 4 games winning streak before Week 10 ends, so I can't say that the Titans have turned their season around. And it was also highly frustrating because this is a day when the Steelers, in what was a barn burner, ended up beating the Colts. Also, the Texans ended up beating the Jaguars, and the Titans gain no ground. They don't move ahead of the Jaguars. They don't gain ground to the Colts because they end up losing to the Panthers 30-20. So no ground gain at all because the Titans lost to the Panthers. So that was just really highly frustrating, and I would have been less depressed if I didn't watch the game because of how frustrating it is, along with knowing those facts about Colts losing to the Steelers in a barn burner and the Jaguars, that were the Texans demolishing the Jaguars. And that game became an embarrassment. So that's just highly frustrating, and so the Titans are once again going to have to climb a high wall to get to double-digit wins and make the playoffs. And Tennessee Volunteers, they end up defeating University of Alabama Birmingham Blazers 30-7. Predicted Volunteers would win easily, 49-16. So what I predicted, but not exactly what I predicted for score, except I'm still happy with the win because JG, Volunteers quarterback, he was able to play pretty good. I don't say great because he completed a high amount of his passes. He played great for passing. And I say he played pretty good because I can't say great because he did have an interception late in the second quarter, which is why the Volunteers did not score a touchdown late in the second quarter, and that would have increased their lead that they already had to a higher amount, and that didn't happen because he threw an interception late in the second quarter, if he doesn't throw that interception and he throws a touchdown, then I would be saying he had a great game. But because he did throw that interception late in the second quarter, that's why I'm saying he had a pretty good game. Not a great game, but a pretty good game. And it was a great day for the Volunteers defense with more than one. Volunteers defense had more than one. They won the turnover battle, including great interceptions, and it was a great team win for both the Volunteers, because special teams was also great with, if I recall right, it was like 3 field goals, and defense was able to create more, had more than defense played effective for most of the game. When they finally did give up that touchdown to University of Alabama Birmingham, most of their starters were out, and it was like really, it was late in the fourth quarter, so that was just a garbage touchdown for Alabama Birmingham, the Blazers. And the Volunteers outplayed the Blazers from start to finish. Volunteers always led this game when it wasn't tied 0-0. And it was great seeing the fireworks after the Volunteers had scored a touchdown, and I really hope that that's just not for this game, that'll be for all home games when the Volunteers score a touchdown, because there's just some great fireworks. Really hope that isn't just for this game, that it'll be for all home games for the Volunteers when they score touchdowns. That was great to see, and it's also great to see that the Volunteers were able to continue to win at home after the second half. Rocky Top is thundering, and it appears that it's become, again, home field advantage for the Volunteers, mainly in the second half. Volunteers are playing great, mostly at home in the second half after that bye week, and it was great seeing the Volunteers get their 4th win. Would have won a shutout, except that's just like a small issue because the Volunteers still won 30-7. They ended up outplaying a team they should outplay, and they ended up winning their 4th game, and they moved closer to becoming bowl eligible because they're 2 wins from becoming bowl eligible. And so Volunteers are showing fruit that they've turned their season around after the bye week, because they've won more than 2 games after the bye week, and all of those wins have been at home. And so I'm just really interested to see if the Volunteers can continue to win games with 3 games left, and they can continue to win games with, if I recall right, it's like 3, if I recall right, they have three games left, so I'm going to just be really interested to see if the Volunteers can continue to win games, become eligible, and continue turning their season around. If they do, it's going to be a great season, because it really looked bleak after the first 2 games. Like, the Volunteers were going to be a 1-11 team, or they might even be an 0-12 team, except not all changed after getting their first win against Chattanooga, along with getting their second win. So it's great that the 0-2, the 0-12 or 1-11 or 2-12 got removed. And it's great that the Volunteers continue to win games, and it'll be really interesting to see Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and Missouri, to see if the Volunteers can continue to win games, become bowl eligible, and even see if they can finish with a 7-6 record, which would be a huge accomplishment because of how challenging this season has been for the Volunteers. And just really looking forward to both the Titans, the rest of their season, and the rest of the Volunteers season, to see if they can win more than 5 games and become bowl eligible and finish either with regular season, either with a 500 record or a winning record. Go big, bright orange Volunteers, and go Titans.